Yeah.
I want to do this interview with you relating to issues about a party that you said you are a staunch supporter. And I could recall some time back, you were interested in being nominated as a National Assembly member for your constituency,
Constituency.
Woodley West, right?
Yeah, Woodley West, yeah.
Yes. So now, recently, the NPP is again in the spotlight. Well, for all the good reasons or for all the controversial reasons about the nomination that was not that didn't go down well with a lot of people. Um, I saw your comment on Facebook that the NPP rigged the primaries. What evidence do you have to substantiate the allegation?
Thank you, Ibrahima Balde. You are perfectly right. I am Kawsu Drammeh, also known as Abdul Qadir Jelan Drammeh. I'm from Nyakoi, Taiba to Western Woodley District, Upper River Region, and a member of National People's Party since its inception, and for formerly a member of People's Democratic Organization for Independence and Socialism before 2017. Um, yes, it is true. Um, there has been some internal problem within our party, the National People's Party. But then before I go to that, yes, you were right. I was one time expressing my interest in contesting for my people, the Woodley West constituency in 2022 legislative assembly election. For some reasons, I eventually was not chosen by the party and someone else was chosen. But we are not discussing that as of now, unless you want to drag me there. But then, yes, it is true. The recently concluded primaries in West Coast region between Ahmed Jite's camp and Sidi Cise's camp, the elections were not free, fair, and transparent. They were all characterized by partialities and then an attempt to rig the election by the Regional Executive Committee of West Coast. And we have evidence to prove those ones before you here today. Okay, before I proceed, I graduated 1996 at Muslim High School with CDCZ, the current flag bearer for MPP, CD, and I were at Muslim High School. We did the O-level together in 1996. Not only that, CD and I were both groomed at Doy's house. We were all members of Doy. So we got our political influence at Doy. Now, what happened? In the first place, the committee failed to orient the electorates that we are going for this primary, but we are using this particular type of token. That is what we are using. The electorates, the delegates were not fully oriented. And they decided to use the chewing gum. So they failed to calculate that the chewing gum could be cut into pieces to give someone an undue advantage. That was supposed. They failed to calculate that, to foresee that. Two, they did not tell delegates that you need the whole chewing gum inside the ballot box. It's all about, because we know our people. Not everybody is au fait. Not everybody is familiar with even election. Some people, they panic when they go to the polls. It happens. Much more you give somebody who has not been eating chewing for a very long time. He said, instead of putting the whole chewing inside the ballot box, let me just put the cover and chew the rest. So this was the end of a beginning of Reagan election.